Okay, we've got our finished wall in, and so we're now ready to install the actual faucet itself. So the first thing you're going to do is take your plaster ring out. Then you're going to take the bonnet ring off and just pull the little plug off. Then there's a little screen that's up inside there, and you're going to want to take that out. If it's in there, you want to take it out. Sometimes they aren't in there. It's just a little bitty screen. I don't really know what it's in there for, but you take it out. Then you're going to take your valve, and it's got a hot side. And you're going to want the hot side to be on the left. So you're just going to take it, slide it in there, line up the little, it's got a little tooth and a notch. So you're just going to line those two up and just pop it in there. Then you're going to take your bonnet ring and put it back on. And you're just going to hand tighten that. I had one time, you couldn't get it off, it was so tight. So, when you put that on, next you're going to take your little O-ring and you're going to slide it on. You want it to start out at the back of the bonnet ring there. Okay, so next you're going to take this little spacer, and it actually comes in the handle box. Why it doesn't come in the same box as this, I don't know. But it just slides down in there. And you may or may not need that. I do on this particular job. I've put the other ones together. And you just slide this on, and that O-ring will slide back. Or kind of roll back, actually, what it does. And then you're going to take your trim ring, and it goes on like this. You've got on your rough end valve, you've got two holes that the screws will go into. And something I'll tell you, if say after you get this on and this is not centered, or in other words the cold is lower than the hot side, or this piece of there's some wording here, and it should be centered. If it's not centered, you can actually take those tabs that are on the rough end valve that the screws screw into. You can take them and kind of bend them a little bit so that you can actually make this thing turn a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this in there. You'll take the screw and you'll just have to feel for it. You might take and just kind of turn it backwards. You don't want to cross thread it. So you might start out turning it backwards. Get your other screw. If you're screwing it in and it feels tight, like I say, back it up so that you don't cross thread it. And it should line the threads back up. I like to just tighten up each side a little bit at a time. And you'll see this ring will start pulling up close to your finished wall. Okay, like I say, you'll want to check because it's a little crooked. So I'm going to take this back off and we're going to adjust it. Okay, so what I was going to do is I'll take a pair of channel locks and I'm just going to bend that little tab over a little bit. A little hard to show you on video, there's just not enough room in here. Okay. Alright, so do you think you can bring that camera over and kind of show them the tabs?
I can see the bottom.
You can't see this one? Okay. Alright, so now let's put our trim ring back on. Well, put this on first. Okay, now it's pretty straight. So next you're going to put your handle on, and the way these handles are, they've got a little, you get a Allen wrench and you get a little set screw, and the set screw goes down inside here. And I like to just go ahead and get it started. Something else, it's a good idea to take something and lay it over your drain, like a rug or something. I got no piece of vinyl flooring. And I screw it in until it's just starting to come through. And then you're going to take this, place it on there. Looks like the valve is on, maybe. It's got to be screwed in too far. Okay. All right. So then you're just going to tighten that nut down. That screw down, that's that screw. And then your handle just screws into there. That's all there is to that. So now we're ready to put our shower stem on. So what we're going to do, the shower stem goes like this. This end I'm going to put with Teflon tape. The other end I'd rather use pipe dope. I've got more confidence in pipe dope for some reason. And you just put it on. Can you see that? And it's a good idea to kind of hold your thumb on the end until you get it wrapped around one time. Then you can kind of pull it tight. And you're going to go in the direction of the threads. So I guess that would be clockwise. So you're going to go in the direction of, if you're tightening up the threads. Then we're going to take some pipe dope. We're going to put it on the other end. Oh, wait a minute. Before you do that, you're going to want to put your little scutcheon plate on. And you want to put it on from this end. You don't want to put it from this end or it'll scratch it the whole way. So what you do is you just put this on. Put your pipe dope on. Go ahead and put your pipe dope on. You see that okay?
Yes.
I don't use this on the other end because it gets kind of gooey. It's harder to wipe off. So we're just gonna put it in there. We're just gonna let our ring push out as we tighten it up. That's what we're gonna do. I think we can go round and around or not. Probably shouldn't. Then you're just gonna, it's a good idea before you actually put this head on. I mean, it's just gonna screw on there like that. So it's a good idea to go ahead and flush the water through first. Otherwise you take a chance on clogging up the screen where you've had the water turned off. So it's a good idea to run the water for a minute before you put this on. So this is just going to get screwed on there like that. And so that's how you install the finished trim on a Delta faucet, shower faucet. Thanks for watching, and check out my other videos at doityourselfdennis.com. Thanks again.